Yes.
Speaking, thinking, feeling, twins.
Go for it.
Wait, where's my eyeglass wipe?
Yeah, it's always something around here.
It's on the table. It's so far away.
Every once in a while, you got to test like your Magneto or your Professor X skills. It's never worked, but every once I got to try. You know,
Just watching a.
Professor X doesn't have telekinesis.
I was just
okay, Jean Grey.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Well, I actually was testing getting you to get it, so I think it fucking worked. Did you think about that?
At all, no, that was not your power.
Well, we'll never know.
Just watching a video where someone was talking about Matilda. You ever just give it a go? You know,
Yeah.
just.
We've given everything a go. We've given
You
our
know, of
Buffy,
course.
our Willow powers a go. We've given maybe our psych powers a little bit of a go. I'm more of a Burton Guster type.
Oh, you mean you're not doing?
You can't finesse. Bitch, I move smart like a motherfucking
Okay.
Tesla.
Okay.
I'm clutching this Glock, do I look like a wrestler? Get put on your back, tryna act like a flexer. Hold on, wait, this Glock take him out like a date. She give me the pussy, I just want the face. Fuck her real good, put the bitch in her place. I'm high in the bitch, but my mind.
Welcome back, Pretty and Pride listeners. I'm your host, Ken.
I'm your now healthier host, Kiki.
And big apologies missing last week. Our girl Keeks was not feeling well at all.
It was bad, y'all. It was bad.
So we unfortunately were not able to release last week. However, we're making it up for y'all because we watched not one, but 2 Fast and Furious films.
The deuce. We did say that we were going to do a regular episode and then a Fast and Furious episode. So
Yeah.
the regular episode was disappointment and by not doing it. And then now we have 2 Fast and Furious, specifically Fast and Furious, number 4. Fast 5.
Number
I think
5.
we know which one that is.
Yeah. Believe it or not.
So
I think we can jump right in because one, this was the first time we watched the films together.
yes.
We did watch Tokyo Drift together, but that felt like a one-off. This one,
No, we didn't watch that together. I watched that at home.
we didn't watch Tokyo Drift together.
No, we watched none of the films before
we
this
didn't
together.
watch. We didn't watch Barstow Baby.
No.
I hallucinated that you were here. You were here.
I was in spirit for
Yeah.
sure.
So these were the first films that we watched together, and we marathoned it. So
Yes.
we had a good time.
We took a what do they call that?
We took an intermission.
Yes, a very long intermission. I went home, I ate, and I took a nap. And then I woke up and I said, oh, I'll be back. So, but that was a fun day. It was fun watching both of them.
Yeah.
And you know that Ken and I were trying to blaze on through to get to Fast 5.
Yep.
Our favorite of the series. Or so we thought. We'll see if we have an updated ranking. And so we'll start with, I think, Fast 4. I feel like there was something else that I wanted to update other than being sick and disgusting and vomiting everywhere.
Okay, well, that's the update for that. 'Cause you just now
I'm
said
not
that.
vomiting anymore, so that's really fun. But in honor of getting to the good part of the series, I bought this, I'm going to assume absolutely disgusting energy drink that I have no interest in consuming, but I saw it in the store and I thought, yeah, we need some of that. Because who doesn't want to be revved up like a car? So I will say after leaving yesterday, I left something at your house, and so I got to the light and I whipped around and I was like, okay, maybe it's time for me to live my truth as a sedan car racer, you know, just kind of driving through town looking cool. But as you know, I'm a very big rule follower and I'm way too cautious, so I'm actually not
I'm too
gonna do
risk
any of that.
averse. In fact,
Yeah.
every time we watch these movies and I see someone get into the passenger seat of the car, I'm like, why would anyone get into the passenger seat of the car with these people?
Not at all. But
Never.
I did technically wait for the light to turn green, but I did make a U-turn from not the left-hand lane. So I feel like
Wow.
that was pretty badass.
Wow.
Dominic Toretto's gonna be coming for me soon to join the crew.
Yeah.
So
Definitely the next driver.
I know it. Gal Gadot, watch your fucking shit, bitch. Okay, so starting with Fast 5.
Which is, starting with Fast and Furious.
It's confusing, guys. Even just having seen it.
Fast 4.
and Furious.
Technically called Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious, the 4th one. The overarching plot is, it's ridiculous. Brian has somehow made his way back into law enforcement. He's with the FBI now. Okay.
Not just a beat cop.
Nope,
Not
not
just,
writing traffic tickets,
No.
not bicycling around, making sure people are following the laws. No, full-on federal
Bureau.
agent. Yes. And specializing in car cases, idiots. Okay, so anyways, he's back in law enforcement. Dom and Letty are criming it up in the Dominican Republic. And they separate. Dom leaves Letty in the middle of the night because he thinks he's, being a hero, pulling her out of the only life she's ever known. And we learn that Letty has sadly passed away. She's been murdered. So Dom goes back to America to handle business. And him and Brian end up working kind of a similar track case. It's the same case.
Yeah.
They're trying to find the same person. It's a heist. And so they go about trying to catch the guy. Well, Dom's trying to catch the guy responsible for Letty's murder. Brian's also trying to catch this guy because he does big drug business across the borders between the United States and Mexico.
Great rundown. Wow, you're really good at that.
Right?
You're really
good.
good.
No notes. Okay.
Getting into the film.
Into the film.
While watching it, we were immediately guffawing at the idea that Brian was back in law enforcement, and not just law enforcement, but in the upper echelons of quote unquote law enforcement. Like, these people, and it seemed like they had not run a background check on him.
No, they did. They said, did I have a mistake in reinstating you? Yeah, you did. Because how in the world, you guys, you have to remember, movie one. Yes. Lets the criminal go, aids and abets him. First, gets so involved in this cult that he's like, actually, it's Dom over everything, okay? Movie two is on the run, living as a criminal as well, in the same scene, pulls in a friend to work for customs, and at the end, what do?
Steal money.
They steal the money. Okay, so now you're thrown into movie four, and Brian's back on the straight and narrow, working for the FBI. I was like, oh, he's gonna be fucking president next. Like, what the fuck? So yes, he's working for the FBI, and they are not as suspicious as they really should be through this movie. At one point, when they finally, because the Braga is using fast cars, to coyote, or no, coyotes are humans. So to traffic drugs across the border. Perfect for Brian. Let's put him on a car case, absolutely, because the last time that he was on one, that happened, it went so well.
It went really great.
So they need to put him into the underground scene as a car driver again. It's like Groundhog's Day. And, he gets into the little crew.
No. Dom and him have to race these other people in order to be selected for the crew. So what Brian does, because he loses the race, he can never win against Dom. What Brian does is he decides to go plant fake evidence, temporary fake evidence on a different driver so that he can take that guy's spot. So now it's him and Dom together at last.
But even better, okay, so this case, the FBI has been working for 2 years and they've gotten no leads. They're about to be shut down. They're like, we wasted too much money on you guys. You guys are losers. Dom's back in the United States for 2 days, okay? In those 2 days, he has found the only guy in all of Los Angeles that makes a specific type of methane engine that could create these burn marks on the ground. And uses that to lead him to David Park, who is a guy that Brian just got the lead on, by the way. 2 years and just got the lead on. Case. He finally, oh God, remember the lady that's Brian's, I guess she's his partner, but he treats her like an underling.
Yeah.
I would imagine they're on the same level, considering one is a wanted fugitive previously and the other is presumably not that. But she does all the research while Brian runs the streets. And so she's listing off all the David Parks in Los Angeles. She said, this one drives a minivan, this one drives a Mini Cooper, and this one has a Nissan 350Z with 17 mods that are legal. And yeah, I think that's the one, bitch. Don't bury the lead again. Like, maybe that is why she's doing the research.
Also, yeah, like, why couldn't you not figure that out on your own?
Let's start with the one in the car thing that we're talking about that has a cool car, okay? Let's not start with the
It's not the Chevy Tahoe.
Yeah, exactly. So Brian pulls up to his apartment. Dom's already there. I mean, he has done so much in 2 days.
Now, I also want to paint the scene of, like, first of all, Dom is here because Letty's been murdered. Mia calls him, Letty's been murdered. The FBI show up at Letty's funeral thinking Dom Toretto's definitely going to show up. Now, why they want to also catch Dom in the middle of this other case that they're running?
Crazy.
Okay.
And of course, Brian's there.
Why not? Brian's there. And he can sense Dom's presence off over by the oil tankers that are on the hill. But
just that magnetism.
Just feels them. Meanwhile, Dom's like, take me to the car scene. Now, I need you all to picture like an X-Men level Professor X,
Mentalist,
like, imagining,
psych,
like reenacting what the scene looks like, because he's looking at the ground and he looks over there and there's the
meets
ghost
the
of a
BAU
car.
on Criminal Minds, like the best investigative detective
Yes.
this side of the Rio
He's
Grande.
like, I know exactly how this car accident went down, and he looks to the left and he's envisioning the ghost of a car and a man getting out and walking up towards Letty, whose car is full. Anyways, he finds powder on the ground, looks at it, and is like, this is natural methane.
That's that one guy.
This is natural methane powder. There's only one man in all of Los
singular.
Angeles who makes this engine. Okay.
He solved it, guys.
He's clearly he needs to be on the FBI because Brian's fucking useless, quite honestly.
Oh, ridiculous.
So anyways, this is how him and Brian meet at David Park's apartment, because Dom goes to a mechanic who makes the tank. The mechanic gives him David Park's
The actual
name.
guy's name and address, and Dom knows who it is immediately.
Apparently, and Dom he's already there by the time Brian shows up.
Yep. And then Dom escapes, and then Brian smashes the face of his fellow FBI agent.
Oh my God.
Bads, guys. I can't believe I let him play him like that. And then he would get into, Brian, we need you to go undercover again in the car race scene. And the planning of the evidence, blah, blah. So they make the team, okay?
Yeah, they make the team.
And then they're sneaking around for different reasons, and they're threatening each other to snitch the other one out. But then they're like, no, we won't do that because we love each other.
Gal
And
Gadot's there, hitting on Dom, but Dom, he like Letty. He don't like Gal like that.
Exactly. So Gal Gadot's there. She's his, I don't know,
Eye in the sky.
GPS coordinator. And long story short, they need to use these special tunnels through the Mexico desert. I'm like, is this real? The Border Patrol, technology they have, like the heat sensors. Seems like a lot if you think like one person's crossing the border. But they catch a sensor while they're trying to go across the border, and they're zoom, 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 zoom through these tunnels, which looked really scary, honestly.
It looked like a universal ride in the making.
If one person braked, even a little bit,
yeah.
everyone's dead. I would have knocked one of those pillars down and buried us all, because my anxiety going through that tunnel, I'd be like, there's no way.
They're speeding through them, and they're literally ass to ass, like no space in between. Like,
And they make
move.
it, though. They make it, and they don't get caught. And what's good about this movie is they don't do the whole Dom and Brian are undercover for so long and they're evading being found out. No. As soon as they make it to the other side, for a reason that was not very clear as an audience member,
clear. No.
Dom blows everybody up right away.
No. For reasons that weren't clear, the Braga crew that they're working for decides, like, all right, you guys brought these cars over. I forgot about this, but first of all, I feel like they drove cars into a semi-truck that was in the U.S. that then got transported over to the Mexico side. Then they had to get out of those cars and drive them back over into the U.S. I'm not exactly sure why they had to do that or where I'm
actually not clear where they were going or where they were coming from, to be honest.
I don't know what the point of that, where did the loot get put? I don't know. But when they eventually make it to the U.S. side, the Braga crew that is waiting for them clearly is going to kill all of them. And Dom decides, let me just unpack this.
He was already ready for it.
And he's like, I'm not going to let this
I didn't even realize they put drugs in the car yet. I didn't know what it was very unclear now that you're talking about it.
Bro, I don't even know what was the point of this?
I didn't even know that they had carried product yet. They just got in a semi-truck, drove the cars, and then they were like, we're all going to die. I was like, they haven't even done anything yet. They haven't even moved product.
I didn't get it,
but I guess they did bring drugs across the border.
Something must have happened.
And a good driver apparently comes easily, and they were just going to murder them. And then Dom finds out who killed Letty. It's Braga's second man. We don't technically know who Braga is at this point.
Yeah. Which is Brian's prerogative, but also hanging out with Dom, catching up,
being besties with my bestie.
Yeah.
I'm making up for it. And then they escape.
They take the drugs and put them in the police impound.
Yes.
That's where Brian's like, okay, we're going to put them in police impound. Now,
They'll
mind
never
you,
look there.
Brian's bosses are like, you turned off your tracker. Where are the drugs? Brian's response to that is, they're somewhere safe. Listen to me right now.
And he's trying to be like, I'll give him to you if you give Dom his freedom. Already knew you couldn't be trusted, buddy. Now, once again, all you care about is Dominic Toretto.
Crazy.
And then what happens? They're kind of, I don't know, mulling around town. Him and Mia get back together while they're on the run, and they have sex in the kitchen while Dom's just right out there. That was weird.
Yeah, they're like, basically, Dom's thing is like, I'm going to go get the guy who killed Letty. And Brian's like, all right, like, we can do that, but I need to get Braga.
Absolutely get
Like,
Braga.
so
But they don't
we
know who
need to get
Braga is.
And so because they have the drugs, they decide to leverage the fact that they have all the product.
Because it's like $60 million
To be like, all right, well, we'll bring it, but like, you need to have Braga at the meeting and what's his face, who killed Letty.
So that happens. The FBI biffs it, obviously, because they brought a wanted criminal back into the force. And they don't get Braga because they realize too late that Braga is the guy that we've thought was second in command the whole time.
Correct.
So then after all that goes down, Dom saves Gal Gadot, even though she was on Braga's payroll, because he was going to run her ass over. And now
Dom
she's
always
part
be
of the-
saving someone.
And that's how he gets them. So we'll
That's how
find
you
that
get
out fast
That's
five.
how you get that poon.
And then they decide that they need to go to Mexico to bring Braga back to justice. Now that Braga doesn't have to pretend to not be Braga, he's fully suited up, guys. Silk shirt, ugly pattern, looking like exactly like you'd think a drug lord would be.
Precisely.
And he goes into a church, gives
Because
the priest a bunch of money.
where they go.
And they get him. They kidnap him. They start driving him back. They have a big race off with everybody.
Go through the tunnels again.
And make it out of the other side. Brian and Braga flip, turn, and end up hurt. Second in command guy, Felix or something, comes out, rescues Braga, realizes Brian's alive, is about to kill him when Dom comes through with a classic American muscle. And he's shooting at Dom. Dom's still going. Then he tries to run away, but Brian grabs his leg to keep him there. And they kill number 2. And then I don't even know what happens to Braga. I guess he lives.
Yeah,
And they bring him to
arrest him.
justice. Now
here's where things get fun.
it gets really fun.
You know, they arrest Dom. You know,
He doesn't want to run anymore.
He's tired. You know,
Yeah.
he ain't got Letty no more. Mia should live a normal life. Blah 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 blah. So you were just talking about this, but like, we end this film with Dom sitting in court awaiting sentencing. Mia and Brian are there as character witnesses, and
Brian's
also,
still an agent at this point.
Brian's
Shockingly.
still in his FBI gray. It's not the FBI black from Psych, where it's blacker than black. It's Washington
It
black.
would've
It's
been
not
nicer.
Washington black. They're dealing with losers in the LA office, apparently. And the judge has no mercy for Dom. You know, apparently Dom, in stealing DVD players, has been a terror.
Like, I'm so glad that the FBI agent that aided and abetted you previously wrote you a character witness because you helped us catch a drug lord kingpin. But you've terrorized towns for 2 decades, and you're sentenced to 25 to life without the possibility of parole. As soon as Brian hears that, despite the fact that his girlfriend is suffering through her brother's conviction and sentencing, he gets up and he walks out. Dom gets on the bus. He's hanging out there with the other inmates, and we see or hear and 3 cars are pulling up. 2 of the Dominican guys from the beginning that we never mentioned and only show up then in the end, but you'll see them in number 5.
Yes.
Brian and Mia, and we can assume they're gonna break Dom out. Dom
They gonna
hears,
get-
he
they
hears
gonna
that
get Dom.
engine.
Yeah.
And he's like,
He's like, I know American muscle when I hear it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and that's fast forward.
And
Takeaways.
it was a really fun. First of all, we talked about this. Less than 2 hours. Okay,
Great.
all 4 of these films in this franchise so far have been less than 2 hours. That's telling a tight story.
Yeah.
Okay, from beginning to end. Yes, we might have forgotten how the drugs got where they got, but overall, we're not missing it. Like,
Right.
they're not burying a bunch of plot and exposition and anything
Or
like
like
that.
you almost got caught 3 times
No.
and then you weren't caught. Like, no, they're just straight to the point.
Yep.
We're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this.
Yes. So I really appreciated that. I thought the racing was a lot of fun. There was less of like, the engines and the NAWs and like, the zooms. Like, they always have their like typical race, but most of this was like, no, we're badasses now and we're just skirting the law.
Yeah.
So they're positioning us real nicely in between what was the first film where these 2 were in it together and what will be the next film.
Yes.
So I thought it was a good segue.
I agree.
Also liked that, so in the beginning, as you mentioned, when we're in the Dominican Republic and it's Dominic and Letty, the movie opens with the heist that they're pulling is that they are taking gasoline off of a tanker and essentially giving it away to their racing buddies in the Dominican
Yeah.
Republic, I guess, and like other people in the
You don't know
community
who
for
they're really
free.
with.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
and so we meet not only is it Letty, but we see Han again after the third film. So they're putting us in this idea that like, and they keep referencing this, like, don't you want to go? I hear some really cool things are happening in Tokyo. Like, okay, we get it.
He's gonna die soon. Great.
We're in the past. Okay, this is before you died, obviously, like in how this timeline's getting set up. And then we meet the two Dominican friends who I don't think I know the names of.
No. They kind of remind me of those two Autobots in Transformers. When you're in the series. That's who they remind me of, those two guys.
So we meet them at the beginning of the film, and then like we never see them again until the two Dominican guys are helping to break Dom out at the end. So I like that they're like, because we know what's coming, they're kind of setting it up in terms of like, this is the crew gathering, right? Gal Gadot's in this. Like,
yeah, she doesn't really add much.
No.
I will say Paul Walker's acting is much better in this film, way better. So that was nice. I think the hour and 45 minutes is just really nice because you know, especially if you've seen it before, you know it's going to be a pretty good complete story and that they're not wasting any time. They're not doing all that crap about like creating exposition or, you know, like they're just diving right in and it's really nice. So yeah, I think overall, I very much enjoyed the film. And it got us through to Fast 5, which has previously been, I think, both of our favorites.
Yeah.
So
I will say one of the things that came up for me was like, I don't understand how racing is involved in so much crime. Like apparently racing.
I said this. I was like, why wouldn't I just take a nondescript Corolla across the border? You know, like why do I have to, you know, drive a purple souped up car to go through a bunch of crazy tunnels to you know, transport drugs? I feel like, you know, the minivan person actually made more sense. You know, put all those drugs in the back, get them looking like a nice little mommy on vacation with her kids.
It's wild to me because when they were bringing this case, when the FBI was talking about this Braga character, like, oh, he needs a racer. I'm like, first of all, in the 2 years you've been working on this case, we're just now finding out that he's really into like finding the fastest Zoomer in the area,
and then immediately killing them.
I don't understand.
Crazy.
And like, why are there so many crimes? So a prerequisite of some officer agents is that you also need to know about car engines. You know, you need to know how to race them. You know, you got to be able to successfully win the race in order to infiltrate the organizations. And it's like, this is ridiculous,
right? Like, why would I?
How many times can they?
This is the only reason we brought you back to give you a second chance. Okay, so and then you lost the race, by the way. So that was useless.
Seriously, honestly, they would have been better if they were just like, listen, Dom, like, hey, we think Letty, you know, was involved with these people. Why don't you come in? Because this fucker right here is constantly dicking us in being the worst police officer, and we know you can get shit done.
That reminds me, we forgot that we also learned that the reason that Letty died is because she ended up working with Brian for the FBI to help bring Dom home. Like as a negotiation tactic. Yeah. So Dom was pissed that he was like, Brian, you just tell me blah blah blah. And he's like, she did it for you, Dom. She did it for you. She just wanted you to come home. I did enjoy that Letty died for the sole fact that Dom left her in the middle of the night while she was sleeping after 20 plus years of doing crimes together to seem like the good guy was absolutely ridiculous. And I love when a man gets his comeuppance and suffers. Yeah. So that was good. It was overall very good.
He got name check in the homicide note.
Oh, and then, no, that's the next movie. Okay. Yeah. All right. So Fast 4, overall, 4 stars. I'm not going to tell you out of what though. So
yeah,
4 stars.
Would watch again.
We don't know what the scale is. Could be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. TBD.
All right, getting into Fast 5.
Fast 5. The classic.
I don't even know where to begin. So why don't you do your summary? Your summary.
Okay.
Remind me, jog this memory.
Got it. Movie opens the way that 4 closes. They're breaking Dom out. Then
forgot all about that.
We'll get into how that happens. But they break Dom out, and then you're thrown in. They're going through the favelas of Rio, and they meet up with Vince. Totally forgot that guy comes back. But long story short, they are on the run, and they're doing some crime to make some money. And that leads to 3 DEA agents being killed, and The Rock is introduced, and he is, of course, blaming the crazy, uncatchable criminals that are the DVD thieves. And he's down there sparing no expense for 3 people's lives to catch them. So in the middle of this, they're also trying to get back at the man that set up the original heist.
Yeah.
God, forget his name. But he runs Reyes. He runs all of Rio. So they decide that they need to steal all of Reyes' money for revenge and fun, I think.
Yeah.
And then also avoid being captured by The Rock. And that's basically the plot of the movie. Oh, and they gather all of the crew that you've ever seen in all of the films to make this happen. And it's pretty cool, guys. It's pretty cool.
This is where the franchise becomes Ocean's 11 meets Mission Impossible meets
The Avengers. Meets
Hot Wheels. Yeah.
Transformers.
It's
really good, really good. I think to start in the film, seeing Vince come back was pretty cool. Brian and Mia are split up from Dom. They go to Vince. Vince is like, let's do this job.
Wait. We got to back up to the breaking out of...
Oh, you're so right. Yes. Please go.
So Dom is on the bus, the prison transport bus. And as we know from the last film, here's the cars. We see that it's these 3 vehicles that are getting ready to break him out of this scenario. What do? They decide that the safest, cleanest, smoothest way to do this would be to just crash the bus. So,
by brake checking. That's their big,
by brake checking this
big
bus.
scheme.
I'm talking, the movie opens and Mia gets in front of the bus, so the bus swerves over here, then Paul Walker's character's in front of the bus. He decides to put his brakes on, the bus flips over his car.
Everybody said, I don't think they have seatbelts in buses.
First of all, they're all chained up from their fucking handcuffs. There's definitely no seatbelts that they're wearing. Somehow everyone survives because the movie cuts to the news of this, former law enforcement officer and FBI agent Paul Walker, Agent
O'Connor. Finally remember his fucking last name. Okay. Everybody's accounted for on the bus but Dom.
Everyone's accounted for and safe.
And they know immediately it's Brian and Mia's fault. I don't know how Mia got involved. They're like, all 3 of these bitches got to be caught. Okay.
And so that's, all these news stories of like, police still can't locate these fugitives.
Naturally.
And so then we end up in the
favelas
in the favelas of Rio.
And Vince is running business, all right? He's part of the culture there. He has a wife and a kid now. And he sees that Mia and Brian look like shit and they're hungry as fuck. So he says, let's do a fucking job. But before that, we learn Mia's pregnant. I'm assuming it was that time on the counter when her brother was right outside, but it could be a different time.
Could have been a different one.
They don't use protection when they're on the run, if that's the case. Or when you're an FBI agent aiding and abetting the criminal for the second time to get away.
Yeah.
You don't use a condom. So they are like, we're going to do a job. We don't know where fucking Vin Diesel is, Dom.
Yeah.
And then right as it's about to start, Dom... you don't know he pulls up yet, but it's Dom. So they're on the train, and this is where the DEA agents are, and they learn that they're stealing these cars. What they think they are stealing cars that have been impounded by the DEA.
The DEA, yeah.
And then that Brian and Mia get the card to the car cart, and
one of the people who's running the job says that he wants to drive the GT40.
Yes.
And that raises Dom's little...
But this is what we were missing, the scene where they cut open the train car and it blasts off and somehow misses the people cutting it open. And there's Dom showing up Captain America style, looking cool as fuck, if I'm honest. He looks really fucking cool.
Yeah.
But yes, of all the cars, that one guy
wants this GT40. And Dom's like, I can't just let a man have what he wants.
Yeah.
Something's off.
He knows that something's off because he is Monk. He is Tony Shalhoub Monk. He is the best detective in all of America. And immediately is like,
He's telepathically communicating this to Mia and Brian with his eyes.
Yeah. So they strap these cars, pull them onto a truck, lift them down. I don't know how they get the straps off, but then they take off through the desert of the train. Mia says, I'm going to take the car because it suits me better. Actually, Slay Queen.
Cute.
But then immediately takes off the wrong direction, which is like, you should have been smarter. You didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
So now they're suspicious and it gets into a fist fight. And then the DEA agents realize that they're being robbed because so
Yes.
much commotion is happening. And then they come back and they get popped, and they all die. And then Brian and Dom go through this crazy action sequence, crazy.
Honestly,
I mean, they are
insane.
not only the smartest criminals, best detectives, they're also the coolest fighters. Like no one can beat them.
And nothing kills them. I
Yeah.
mean, that car that Brian was on crashed into the train. Now, they're not wearing seatbelts. There's not even doors on this car.
No.
But somehow this man totally
Survives.
survives. With
Doesn't
his
get his head chopped
spine
off.
completely intact.
Crazy.
It's insane. This is where it's like, yeah, we're
All
reaching
right.
Avengers
All right.
Mission
Yeah,
Impossible
they definitely have
level
that Steve Rogers
nonsense.
serum special in their bones. So then they get into the water, and then they're chained up in a basement, and then I don't even know how they escaped that situation. That's when Reyes.
Well, because Dom literally snaps the handcuffs off of himself.
Hulk style.
First of all, Reyes shows up and he's like, "Where is my car?" And Dom's like, "I don't." Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, he's like, I'm not gonna tell you, so you're gonna just have to kill us. And Brian's like, "Oh, what? What would you say? Fuck
Awesome.
me for?" So then, for whatever reason, Reyes is like, all right, well, I don't want to watch this, so I'm just going to leave with all my henchmen and leave the one guy who's responsible for killing you in here. And Dom's like, perfect. Snaps off his handcuffs and just...
Perfect escape.
Him and Brian, you know, they're just able to just do it. It reminds me of that scene in Mission Impossible.
Yes.
When he's like chained up and he just climbs up the freaking pole.
But it's believable when it's 50-year-old
It's
Tom Cruise.
believable.
I don't know why. It's just a little more believable.
First of all, because we see him do it, and we know he
So facts,
does it.
facts.
You know? But Dom breaking off these chains, I'm like, okay,
Dom, we know you're
please.
sorry, we know you're sorry.
Jesus.
Okay, so now the Rock, so switch. The Rock's coming to town, okay? His best crew ever is here.
Okay, his
And
entrance was also fire.
It
okay?
was
he's
fucking
at
fire.
some air, he's at some tarmac, all right? He's like, blah,
Running
blah,
shots
blah,
immediately.
blah, 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 rah, rah, you know, just orders
Give me
left and
that
right.
rookie and yes, he's
And stay
looking
the fuck out of my
badass,
face.
I can't even lie. And he's gonna catch people that killed his 3 agents.
Yeah.
So these super criminals. And so then Brian and Dom escape and they have the car. And basically, long story short, they realize that Vince is running a little bit of game. They don't know what Reyes wanted, why he wanted that car so bad, but they end up finding it out. And
Yeah.
then Vince
They're like-
comes in and he's like,
yeah.
sorry, I couldn't be, I had to hide because like they're looking for you everywhere. And then Dom's like, I trust him. And then catches him in the act of trying to take the thing.
Yeah.
And then, Vince is all mad. You never believe me. You never trust me. You always believe Ryan.
I mean, this guy used to be a fucking cop.
I mean, he used to be a cop, and like honestly, he I don't know, but Ryan just did a lot of wrong things. But and then the Rock comes, and he's trying to catch them, and they run away, and they make it away. Oh, also we have Elsa Pataki in this one, Chris Hemsworth's wife, and she's the rookie that the Rock brought in, and so they kill every single thug in the favela. They don't care. They're not doing this
there's
whole
no
we
due
don't kill
process.
people. It's not the Avengers anymore.
No.
Steve Rogers is not
No.
here. No mentality of that.
Nope.
Gunning them down like it's nobody's business.
Yep.
So they're first of all running from Reyes' guys. And then the Rock busts out of the window. Vin Diesel turns back and he's like, oh shit, my twin. And then he keeps running. Long story short, they escape. But before they escape, Vin Diesel, or Dom, does his typical thing where the cop lady rookie was going to get hurt and he saved her.
Yeah.
So she's like,
And in the process of running, he drops his
Cross necklace.
fake diamond
It's
cross
ugly
that's
as fuck.
Letty's, like Letty's.
it's tacky.
It's tacky as shit.
Yeah, it's bad.
But it's the necklace he had left Letty when he left her in the Dominican Republic
Yes.
with all the money.
Oh, I guess so.
And so he's been wearing it. I'm not sure if it was his and then he left it with her and then she was wearing it and now she's dead, so now he's wearing it again. But it's like, this is
Sisterhood
our
of the
common link.
Traveling Cross Necklace. So now Elsa Pataki, I don't remember her name. She's like, oh, I don't know. He
might be a good guy.
Might be a good guy. And then they're like, okay, we have to split up. They're gonna look for the 3 of us together. And Mia pulls an absolute boss girl move and says, we can't. I'm pregnant. You have to do what I say. And so everyone stays together. And then they decide that they are going to target Reyes and all of his money because, what?
Come for the king, you best not miss.
Important thing, the whole plot is that what they got from the car was a GPS coordinate
They
chip
got a chip, like a computer chip.
that told them all of the places where Reyes' money's at. and how much money he has, and it's $100 million, guys. So they gotta run game. They gotta use their skills.
And you know what? First of all, they're like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, you out here trying to kill us?
Oh,
You
you about to be broke, bitch. You about to be
don't
broke.
know who you messing with.
Exactly.
Okay, this is a former FBI agent. And I used to be the king of street races in LA.
I had 5 people in my crew. Okay, like you don't even understand. So
I don't care if you run all of Rio.
I had a sandwich shop / auto mechanic shop. All right, it was cool stuff.
Yeah.
So they call in the heavy hitters, the full crew. We're talking Roman Pierce, Tyrese Gibson. That's one person. Tej, Ludacris. Gal Gadot, don't know her character's name.
Don't know her name.
Han, don't know his real name in real life. The 2 DR guys, that's 6. And then we got Mia, Brian, and Dom.
Yes.
And I think that's it.
Yes.
Okay, so we got the 9-person crew. They're about to make $11 million.
Correct.
I think that's everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone has a specialty of what they're going to do in this crew, and we create a plan. You know, how are they going to get to the money in the safe? Oh, how are they going to get to the money? They can't hit the same guy 10 times in all of his safe houses.
No, because that's crazy. He'll know.
Exactly. So what they decide is they're going to go to the first safe house. They're going to bust in, break everyone's necks. No, they just bust their faces a little bit. They gather all the money up, and they burn it. Because what they want to do is they want Reyes to consolidate all of his money somewhere, and then they just do one big heist instead of 10 mini heists.
See?
Smart.
They're smart.
But Reyes, he decides to put his money in the safe at the police station, because all the cops in Rio are dirty, apparently, except for El Spataki. Yet. So now they have to figure out how they're going to get into the police station with their super high-tech cameras that only have a 10-second window. Everything in this movie is 10 seconds. A 10-second car, a 10-second window, whatever. And they'll need Reyes' handprint. And, you know, so they're trying to figure all this out.
Yep.
Meanwhile, The Rock is hunting him. And he's hunting him bad, okay? He's pissed.
He wants some of that Vin Diesel ass.
He wants that.
He wants Dom's ass.
And he doesn't care. Elsa Pataki's like, I feel like this don't make no sense. Why they steal gas giving it to people for free, but then they just murder a DEA agent? I feel like it ain't like that.
Up.
And The Rock says, shut the fuck up, bitch. No one cares what you think. We're getting them regardless because they're on my list, okay?
That's bar for bar.
Bar for bar. And then his team's pretty good. You know, they're doing, I don't know, they're doing some good work trying to find them. And then
the best part of that was, so they eventually get the car that was part of the original heist, right? Because they had found the location of where Dom and them were hiding out, and inside of that location was this car, and it was all stripped apart, right? And The Rock, you know, Hobbs is his name. Hobbs is like, I want to know what they took from this car. They clearly were stripping it for some reason. I want to know what they took out of this car. So put it back together. Okay, so this guy, he's like, that's going to take forever. But he puts it back together. Finally puts it back together. He's like, put it all back together, boss. Ain't nothing here. Everything's where it should be. And you know that feeling? You know the feeling I'm talking about. Where it's like, my husband will do this to me. Where it's like, I'll be like, we definitely have sesame oil. And he'll be like, no, I can't find the sesame oil. And I'm just like, in my mind's eye, I'm like, I know exactly where the sesame oil is. Don't make me get up and come over there and find the sesame oil within 0.2 seconds. The Rock is like, okay, the car's put back together and you didn't find anything missing. He walks over there and he's like, what's this really tacky new age
DVD player.
device
This
doing
GPS, yeah.
in this vintage car? Literally the first thing he does is turn it on and realize, error.
A chip's missing.
There's a chip missing. It's like,
okay.
You know, you always gotta do things yourself. It's like,
look with your eyes, not with your mouth, okay?
So they find out that that there was a chip missing and that's what they took. And then they hear on the radios that one of Reyes's, because Elsa Pataky, she knows the streets of Rio. She's like, if anything's going to, you know, Reyes is involved in it.
That's for sure. Ain't nobody else playing Reyes.
And so they're like, oh, one of Reyes's houses just got hit for something. And it was like, it's got to be
those
Dom
Americans.
and the crew. And The Rock is like, I need to find out. I want to find every outhouse, every Waffle House. He's like, I want to know every one of Dom and O'Connor's known associates, and whether I want you to look at the boats, I want you to look at trains, I want you to look at planes. Tell me if and when they have arrived in Brazil in the past 2 weeks.
Found it immediately.
Found him immediately.
Now, I don't know why, but they realized who The Rock is, and they're like, look, we're trying to scam real hard over here, and we can't have this other guy breathing down our necks while that's happening, so we got to get some space. So what we going to do is, we going to do a little setup thing. We going to make ourselves available and known, and with our street car friends. And then The Rock shows up, and he's ready blazing hard. He's like, you're under fucking arrest, Dom. And Dom's like, don't look like I'm under arrest. And The Rock's like, well, just wait. I forgot that. It was actually a very funny line. He said, oh, it's about to look like that, or something like that. And they're going, I mean, The Rock is sweating so bad. His beard is wet as fuck. And they're going bar for bar, line for line. And then The Rock
The rest of the crew is just chilling,
like,
just sitting back. Paul Walker's,
his line was good too. He said, I don't give a shit what's going on. You're on my list. And Paul Walker's like, yeah, you sound like a real hero. And then he's like, I know you ain't motherfucking talking, bitch. I know that wasn't what I just heard from you. And so then they pull guns, and then Vin Diesel, classic. This isn't America. We're in Brazil. And then everyone around them pulls their little pieces, and they don't shoot. They're just the sounds of guns clicking.
Everybody got guns.
Cocking that back. And then Hobbs guy says, all right. It is just 5 of us here, boss. Maybe we should take a little reprieve.
Let's take a beat. We'll get him another time.
And then Tej tracks them, puts a tracker on their car. So now they get their little bit of breathing room.
Yeah.
And then there's, doing the heist shit. They're trying to figure out the cars, getting cars for pinks, figuring out how to get past the security cameras. Blah, blah, blah. Han and Gal Gadot are falling in love.
They're flirting, yeah.
We find out he smoked 2 packs a day, unfiltered cigarettes. Yuck. And
Roman and Ludacris, they're also getting their little friendship going.
Oh, yeah, so cute.
The funny part so when we were watching it, I said this, where it was like, I wonder how Dom and them rehearsed it.
Yes.
Where it was like, all right, guys, when Hobbs and his men show up,
okay,
I'm gonna tell them, like, this ain't America.
We're gonna just say a little bit.
It's Brazil.
You're not gonna know because you don't speak the language, but we're gonna have a little repartee. So
when I say it's Brazil,
that's your cue. At that point, everyone pulls guns. Yeah. Hilarious. I'm like, I love the logistics. That's the background we need to see. Meeting, guys, meeting. Hold on, come here. Well, thank you so much for coming today. We really appreciate your attendance. Okay, we want to play this guy bad, and we really need you. Yeah. Hilarious.
Exactly.
So,
thank you so much for attending today.
Thank you so much.
There's gonna be this really scary guy. He's gonna come in this crazy
But don't
car,
get scared, guys. Don't get scared, okay?
Gear.
Did everyone bring their weapons? Do we need to go to the store? Everyone has bullets, right? All right.
I know we're all just recreational car racers.
But look cool when he pulls up, all right? Look like we don't know that this is gonna happen. Look super cash. Just chill. Get the hose over here. And, we're just having a good time. It's cash. It's fun. All right? So, yes. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Okay. They get their breathing room.
They're heisting about.
They're trying to get the puzzle pieces together, right? So they're trying to get the palm print from Reyes because they know they need to open the safe somehow. So they're doing a little bit of reconnaissance over there. They're in the police station trying to make sure they understand where the money's hidden, what the vault is, okay, where are all the cameras. They're blowing up the toilets. The Dominican guys are going in and getting access to their video feeds. So they're doing their little, Ocean's 11.
Classic.
And by the way, speaking of Ocean's 11, they also purchase an exact replica of the safe.
I can't imagine how that shipped. How did they deliver it to a safe house that's supposed to be off the grid? And where are they getting the money to fund this stuff?
How are they moving product like this on the run?
It's crazy.
It's insane. But this ginormous 7x12 safe arrives for them to practice with, basically.
Yeah. Okay, so skip forward. Hobbs finds out that he's been tracking them, and he finds them. He reverse tracks. He reverses the GPS, and he finds them.
Oh, he does? That's how that happens?
Yeah. He said, it took me a while to figure out how to reverse that back to where you guys are. That's what he says. So then he captures Vince.
Smart.
Oh, Vince comes back. He says, I'm so sorry, Dom. You forgive me? And Dom says, yes, I forgive you. It was really
family.
cute.
You family, Vince.
I always have a place for you. And then Hobbs and his men capture Vince, Mia, and Brian. All the rest of the crew's about ready to heist it up. And then Hobbs is going after Dom. They're fisting it up. And Dom gets the upper hand and eventually looks like he's about to kill Hobbs. And he raises the wrench, I think it is,
First
and
of
then
all, terrible.
slams it down, but doesn't kill him. And
By
that's
the way,
his MO.
In that scene, it's Dom and Hobbs. Both of them have been like, nah, this guy's mine. Nobody
help me.
step in, all right? This is a fight between two ball bros, okay? So they're fighting. Meanwhile, Mia and Brian, they're being held at gunpoint by the rest of Dom's crew. None of them shot Dom
No,
because
they said boss has got it. He's wrenched to head.
Ain't no
we got to respect his wish. You know, gotta let it happen.
he said it's his. Just gonna let him raise this deadly weapon above his head and
then
pretend.
he's actually is on his rap sheet for having killed someone else before with.
Yes.
So also crazy that they
It's
didn't
just
shoot
insane
him.
that they did not shoot him.
So they get him all into the armored vehicle, and then Reyes's men blast that shit out of these cars.
Yep.
All of Hobbs' men die, except for Hobbs and Elsa Pataki's character. They're all tied up in the car. They're like, let us go. You gotta untie us. So, of course, Dom's crew saves the day. They save Hobbs.
They all know how to use these tactical weapons and
Naturally.
form and also kill everyone else, which apparently
The highly trained crew couldn't figure out.
highly trained crew could not
but
do.
they did, because that's
the
how good they
street
are.
criminal racer, the street racers who used to steal DVD players, they got it.
They are. Whew, it's impressive, guys. So they go back.
Unfortunately, Vince is shot in the stomach and does not make it out to see the rest of the heist through.
But we learned that he named his son after Dominic. His name's Nico.
Yeah, his
so
name's
cute.
Nico.
So they go back to the command center, and just like every cop before him, what does The Rock do?
Hold on. Well, the crew's like, this is crazy.
don't wanna do
We're
that.
not doing this, okay? They're fucking ambushing us in favelas. This is too much.
Everyone knows what's going on. Everybody's dying. They know we're coming for them.
Yep. And Dom's like, well, I can't let
Too
this man
bad,
get away with
so
it.
sad. Well, we're doing it.
And The Rock is like, I'm in.
Yeah, no better than any other cop that's come across Dominic Toretto. He's going to help them. So they...
Apparently, everyone else is in after that. I mean, if that guy's going to join it, I can't.
I can't let the DEA agent show me up on the heist. And they're not going sneaky this time. They're blasting through the wall.
Oh my God,
And
it's so
this
cool.
is the classic scene. They're hooking 2 Dodge Chargers up to this...
Dope.
This cemented-in safe, okay?
Yep.
And they're... nosing it up,
revving
okay?
the engine.
The nos is making it happen, and they pull the safe out of the wall and they destroy all of Rio with the safe going down the street.
Every single building that is on a street corner is gone.
Public infrastructure, bus
People.
stops, people, cars, and they're driving. It's Dom and Brian, of course. Who else would it be?
Yeah.
Like this, down the road, safe behind them, on ropes, just swinging about all over Rio, evading the police. Every dirty cop in Rio is on their ass. Mia's playing in dispatch, telling
But
them
they
what to do.
did learn their lesson. They got walkies this time. They're not
Yeah,
relying
legit.
on cell phones because sometimes cell phones, they conk out.
Yeah.
They got walkies. We got to go left. No, we can't go left. We're going to
Go
go right.
It's going to be a tight squeeze. We're going
All
to have to
right.
take out that school of children. And eventually they carve themselves out, guess what? A 10-second window. So they, get to the bridge. They definitely can't get the safe past the bridge. Dom, he has to save Brian. He is a father of his sister's child. So he says he releases it. He has a secret release button for Brian's hook.
Didn't know.
And Brian goes. And then Dom uses the safe on his car alone and wipes out every other person on this bridge. I mean,
He's nosing it up.
Mjolnir.
He's nosing it up because he's
Yep.
the only car, and
it's
it's like
too heavy.
he's learned geometry. He's learned all of the kinetic
The
forces.
exact tactical advantage of what it needs to do. How do you move your car to whip around 1,000-pound
to
safe?
have it hit a corner so that it then flips above you and
Crazy.
hits this. It was ridiculous, awesome action.
They get Reyes, because they bashed his shit with the safe. The Rock pulls up with Elsa Pataki, and he just, not even looking, shoots Reyes directly in the
Shoots him several times.
Dead center. And then he says, Dom, you've earned my respect, so I'm giving you 24 hours. Get to running. And Don says,
But you leave the money.
You leave the money.
You can, but you can run.
And he says, thanks, friend. Bye. And then he drives off. And immediately, 10 seconds later, the safe isn't even closed. And The Rock opens it and realizes there's no money in this fucking open safe. And that the scheme was they whipped the safe into a trash truck, re-safed a different safe.
Yep.
The practice one they had, and that was the one
Decoy
they used
safe.
to
That still took out the entire city of Rio.
Yeah,
But
it's a decoy.
it's a
Well,
decoy.
the main safe took out most of Rio. The decoy safe was just responsible for the bridge stuff. Maybe that's why it was so light and Dom could whip it around. So The Rock is impressed. He's not even mad. He didn't say, "Hold on, that wasn't the deal, bitch. Where the fuck are you going?" Because where they're going, also back to the safe
Back
house.
to the safe house that The Rock was
Insane.
just in.
But he's a man of his word, apparently, and he's giving them those 24 hours, whether they have the money or not. So they do get the money. And everyone's happy. Everyone gets their dream car. Han and Gal Gadot are on the Autobahn. Mia and Brian are on the beach.
And she also knows that he wants to go to Tokyo. So again,
Yes.
another reference to the fact that Han will eventually
can't
at one
wait to
point
kill
make
this
his
guy.
way to Tokyo.
Right.
You know, we will kill him, but
course.
just not right now, guys.
And Elsa Pataki and Dom are together.
Because of course everyone leaves the force for Dom.
Yes. God, he's on so many
He's
jobs.
like
It's
just-
a special. That's his real special. We need you to go in there and turn a dirty cop clean, actually. Can we try that for once? Get him back to the good side. He's a lot of talent. And him and Brian are going to end the movie and do a little racy together. But then,
Oh
a
yes.
special after credit scene, which was cool because it brings back
Yes.
Menendez.
And now this is also where the Avengers themes, you know, in addition to wiping out the entire city of Rio, similar to the Avengers in New York,
And
whatever. Pretty much
Sokovia. Anywhere they end up,
any
literally.
metropolis that they land in.
Hulk's there. Actually, Tony, Hulk. Yeah, Mjolnir. Yeah, it's over. It's over.
It's just over. Ava Mendes, yes, comes back. And
Works for The Rock.
she is in the same agency, I guess, with
She's
Hobbs.
a yay now, I guess, instead
Yeah.
of customs.
I guess. I
Sure.
mean, maybe they're just all in the same building. And she's like,
I
oh my
don't
God,
know.
I was working this customs case and you won't believe what I saw.
You won't
Who
believe what I
knows?
saw. And it's-
But anyways, Ava Mendes was there. And that was a cool
What
callback.
did she reveal? You do the big spoiler.
Okay, so she's like, you're not gonna believe this, Dom. I mean, you're not gonna believe this, Hobbs. Blah, 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 blah. Look at this file.
Do you
And he
believe in ghosts?
opens the file, and it's Letty. Spotted.
Same picture of her deceased picture, but we're assuming now that she's alive.
Spotted, alive, somewhere, seen. And that's where the
that's
movie
the
ends.
best part.
So
No.
guess what? We know she's gonna be coming back.
Yes. 2 hours and 11 minutes. Great film.
Yes.
We talked about before, we love the way that they utilize Brazil.
Yes.
I will say, The Rock is killing it acting in this film. I mean, everyone is some of their best work, I think. Very good acting.
Yep. I feel like we did not really get, like, even though they brought this Ocean's 11 style crew together, I feel like we didn't really get the full extent of their skills. You know, like, Han is there, but he's almost not really useful.
Yeah.
Like, and I would say the same for Gal Gadot's character. Whereas the two Dominican friends, they were, you know, funny comedic relief. They remind
Right.
me of Scott Caan's character. Is it? Yeah,
And
Scott
Casey
Caan
Affleck,
and
yeah.
Casey Affleck in Ocean's 11, like the two kind of like, you know,
Brothers.
bantering brothers. And then, but I feel like we did not really get the full use cases of like Rome. You know, he was just kind of like, oh, you're just a loudmouth, you know, like.
Yeah.
And then, okay, Tej, she's good with the tech, and he apparently knows everything about safes and things, even though he's like a car mechanic, but whatever. But so I feel like we didn't really get the full extent of the crew's capabilities, but
Yeah.
I did like that we were starting to get into this buffoonery.
You're right, because I do, in Ocean's 11, I do like that we're really behind the scenes of the planning of the heist, and this
Yes.
is more focused on how do we drive fast enough to not be seen by the cameras.
The cameras.
Which they were going to just use police cars, but that all went to shit when they found out they were doing this anyway. So
Yeah.
some of what funny one-liners is when they say, what are you going to do with your money? And Tej says, I want to open a mechanic shop. And Tyree's character says, you want to start a day job? Like, hilarious. Like, it's so true.
Relatable.
So I think that this is still one of my favorite movies. I think Fast Forward was much more enjoyable than I remembered it being. I was like, that might have
Agreed.
usurped 5 for me because it was just really good, easy to follow, and quick. 5 has so much meat to it, though, with the double enemies thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a very big fan of The Rock in general, but he's killing it in this fucking movie.
Yeah,
I can't even
I bought
lie.
every second of
I got
it.
every fucking second. He is bringing it. He looks like a no mercy. He's acting no mercy.
And now you can see why him and Vin Diesel, you know, they probably had a little bit of a little peacocking
Yeah,
situation going on
definitely.
because
Oh, for sure.
how can you steal a scene when I'm supposed to be the star of this fucking franchise right now?
I don't think so.
Okay?
I
don't
did
think
find it unbelievable, which I told you, that they were putting in all this manpower, time, effort, and money for the lives of 3 DEA agents. When this is America, we don't care about lives that much. Our government does not care that much. There's no way they're spending $3 million to bring to justice car racing criminals, you know?
No.
I just can't believe that. But I do believe that Vin Diesel would have done, or no, Hobbs, the rock-ass Hobbs would have done whatever it took to bring them to justice. So, very good entry. I'm super excited. I'm super excited for 6, but what else do you want to add to 5?
I'm also very excited for 6. I really enjoy I think what I like about Fast 5 is that there's only so far you can take the original premise of this franchise before you have to move it into what it becomes. And so as the entry to, we are now
Super criminal heroes.
bad guy hero. Yeah, exactly. Like, we are bad guy heroes that are, working outside of the law and the realms of physics.
Very Robin Hood.
And like also have like this moral compass into a heist of comedic value.
Yeah.
I think it's a good foray into that. I think I think we should rank, like, how do we feel about the film so far in the franchise?
Before we do that, one other thing I'll say is that I do also like that they don't focus too much on the relationship aspect of everyone. It's just
agreed.
part of it, and it's not a action thriller love story. Like, no one wants that. Just get to the fucking cars,
Yeah.
So how do I rank them? Ooh, that's interesting because I'm a very literal person. I think outside of rankings, I like Tokyo Drift more than I remembered. I've always liked Too Fast and Furious, but it's much better than I remember. It wasn't just like it wasn't a good movie, but it was an enjoyable watch. It's actually a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
I also like Fast 4 more than I remember. And I like Fast 5 so much, I like it less than I remember, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So in terms of ranking, I would say in enjoyableness and rewatching them this time, 4, 5, 2, 1, 3 is how I rate them.
Okay.
In terms of the movies that I think are the better parts of film, or that I would want to rewatch more, it'd probably still be 5, 2, 4, 1, 3.
Oh, interesting. I like the direction you took this in. So you took this in. Which ones did I enjoy rewatching?
Yes.
And how would I rank those from most enjoyable in rewatching to least enjoyable in rewatching? And then in the franchise, which do I think is the stronger films?
Yes.
Okay. So for the first one, which ones did I enjoy rewatching the most? I would say 2, 4, 5, 3, and then 1. I feel like 1, I do love Han as a character, even though both Tokyo Drift and the first film are so absurdly ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous.
So
Tokyo
ridiculous.
Drift is horrible in that regard, but it's still enjoyable, but it's bad. It's bad, yeah.
But I, like, to your point, it's like, I enjoyed rewatching it.
Yeah.
But a little bit more than I enjoyed rewatching 1, because I felt like I knew what I was getting into, but anyways.
That's true.
As far as which films do I like, and if I had to rewatch one today, right now, bro, it's gotta stay 5.
Yeah, 5
it's gotta
too.
stay 5.
Like, I love rewatching 2, but I know I love 2 so much.
Yeah.
And it's like I wasn't surprised that I like it on rewatching. I was really surprised how much I like number 4.
Yeah.
Like,
I would say I would say 5, 2, 4, 1, and then 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they're like, of these 5, which one would you rewatch right now? I'd actually probably pick Too Fast and Furious if I had to pick.
The second one?
Yeah, if it was
Okay.
like, you can only pick one if you rewatch. But if I was like, I'm going to do a marathon and I don't care which order, I'd probably start with 5 then 2. Like,
That's interesting because I find, like, as much as I enjoy Paul Walker and the introduction of Roman Pierce and Tej in Too Fast, Too Furious, I still take huge issue with the fact that kiss between him and Eva Mendes is so cringe and comes out of nowhere that it's so distracting to the rest of the film. I'm like, what are we even doing right now?
It's 5 is like, because 5 is the exact type of film I like as an action movie lover. So 5 it has to stay there. But 2 is just so good. I don't know what it is. I'm like, why is this a fucking Oscar worthy? Nominated again, like for the first time. So
I do think I'm going to be interested in, like, because we rewatched 2 and 5 back to back, like there's this thing that happens with Roman Pierce's character that I recall
becomes
where
buffoon.
he became
That
he
black
becomes
joke friend, and I don't like that fucking trope.
I don't
in
like
any
that
movie or
trope.
show.
And so like in the second movie, it felt kind of grounded in him and Paul Walker's relationship. It feels less grounded when you introduce people that he's just met.
Yeah, and now he's like the fucking.
And now he's the clown and the joke and the
court
butt of
jester to every
jokes.
single one in this crew. Yeah, I don't like that either.
So I'm gonna be interested to see how that goes because I thought it was stronger in 5, but
It was.
like in my memory. But when I was rewatching it, I was like, okay, it's kind of skirting the line, but it's still
Right.
between him and Brian.
Mostly, yeah.
Mostly, and I'm like Ludacris. I think is the character that starts picking up in this, as the films go on. But we'll see.
also, as Brian bringing in my friend, you can't let people play your friend like that, Brian. So, but I've always had a problem with that trope and everything. I felt like Newell got a little close with it with Winston. I think that Psych got a little close with it with Gus towards the end. And it happens in almost every single show where there's a main black character where they become like the butt of the joke, and I don't fucking like that shit because it's lame and it's never true. So overall, strong showing.
Yeah.
And I think next week we'll do a normal episode.
Okay.
And get everyone caught up on what's happened
In our lives.
and then we're excited to start the next round of films.
I'm really excited. I'm like, wow, there's a new ride at Universal Hollywood.
Obviously, we've got to add that to the list.
For whatever reason, they chose not to make it about the tunnels. Of
I don't even want to look at
whatever. It's like I think it's just a roller coaster where you're in a car.
Well, I guess we got to get caught up before we watch all of them, and we'll see which movie they piece this
Yes.
round.
Which movie was this?
It was a real strong 10 ride, Like, it was movie 10 heavy ride, but, had a little bit of 2 in there.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm like, because I always mix up 6, 7. I don't even know if I've seen 8 or 9.
I don't know, and
It's
I
like
don't think
I've
I've
lost
seen 10.
the plot after this, so
Right.
I'm excited to remember what the plot was.
And I hope that it's a recall that I can use in the future as well. Like, that'll be the real test of time. Ask us in 2 years if we know the plot of each of these movies.
Yeah. What happened in Fast and Furious 7?
Oh,
Furious.
boy.
What was Fate of the Furious about? All right, well, that is a wrap for us. I had a great time. I think that at the end of our film watching, we will drink. We'll try some of this. We'll try some of it.
Blow up.
As always, fun time. Thanks for tuning in. Stay pretty.
Stay prideful.
Especially if you're Han.
And
Roman.
Pierce, because we ain't gonna let them play you like that.
We ain't gonna let them play you like that.
Uh-uh.
Roman. Tyrese was still looking good in that
He
movie.
was.
Ugh, girl. I was like, damn.
Okay, my hard way, shit hurt me every day. Get on my knees, pray, I'm trying to find another way. I gotta get up out this jungle, niggas killing just to eat. Them lies ain't playing fair, so it's been getting I don't gave my heart away, this shit hurt me every day. I get on my knees and pray, I'm trying to find another way.